of higher beings trying to connect. The light bulb isn't lighting up the incarnation of all the purpose of our mind that continues as the third eye can no longer see. What is see the way our eyes are this way? The round black goes around. Why does ours go around? I ask all these just tiny little questions before I begin. But the thing that I'm just going over just a bunch of trends of thought. And why are we sad? Why are we happy? What is an emotion? Why should we be emotionally affected by certain thoughts? What is it? Is it a frustration? Is it the same thing as an addiction? Why does person do this or that? What perfect vibration that cometh upon one in order for one to vibrate and move forward by the excitement in which entails the what they call the addiction, right? And it could be anything, it doesn't matter, as long as it satisfies the vibration or that frequency that they're living in, right? You feel that if you don't have this, you're not fulfilling the need of the one soul. Somebody was on today talking about Sesame Street, right? I have nothing, I never have anything prepared, so if you'd like to know what I do, I'm going to tell you. I'm going to wait for one or two people to show up. Ask me what I do. If you already know what I do, please join. If you'd like to come as a guest, that is going to be really cool. Some nights I'm just really never sure where to start off. There's so much to talk about. When I do get 59 likes, I already have 58, right? I'm only kidding. I don't like to play that way. I just like to not use up all my time, right? Meaning, I don't want to use up my thoughts when I'm going to share with 100 people to share with only one person. For those of you who are here, I just need to connect my other, just give me a second here. I got 3 comments, 4 comments over here. Let me fulfill these comments. I just love your art. So fun and colorful. Thank you. 7, 8, 9. So we climb up the scale and we get to the top stair. And the top stair is 7. And the stair below it is 8, right? Or sorry, the half stair below 7 is 8. The half stair below that is where 9 is. 9 comes into the E world. And then we lower down to the 13th step. We play at the 13th step, we lower ourselves down. I'd like to show you that. I don't like to say that I can't show it to you now. I'm not at home. Thank you, Flickstrick, on one of the comments I'm reading here on this cellular phone. And then there's 3 more from the same person. I see the Mars rings connected. That's insanity. They must have done this stripping the components of our original system. I see the Mars rings. I don't know how the Mars rings connect. Okay. What I do know is that the letter combination of MARS, for those who've never heard this before, right? Now, what I do, I'm going to explain to you what I do. I'm going to read through this. So they use Mars as a mirror to convert our analog realm into a digital prism. Let me see what this is. Let me read this. So they use the Mars as a mirror to convert our analog realm into a digital prism. No, we're still in the analog realm. We're going into the digital prism. As right now, we're on our way in. I've been screaming, oh my God, versus GMO, right? So you also have to understand how that combination of GMO comes together. 3 2-letter words, 1-letter word, 4-letter words. What does it they mean? What are they telling us in the story? I'm going to get with you to explain how that works, or how I believe that it works, or how it works according to the cubic world. Mars rings intercontinental. That's another thing. So I still have to, in my realm of work, there's many things that I need to know, but I don't know everything. So that's why it's good to work with many others in different industries, whether it's in music. That's pretty weird. Let me see how many people are here. Yeah, I started, I stopped. I'm just going live on my other channel at the same time. How you doing? How you doing? I'm intermediately speaking at the same time as I'm not speaking. I'm having a little bit of difficulty progressing because the information I share is not something that's written down in a book. Sometimes when I'm sharing information, it becomes the first time that I'm sharing it this way. I'm just trying to set up my camera right now. Just give me a minute. I'm trying to set up my my work with the how can I say it, with YouTube as I'm settling out here with Tiki Talkie. So for those one of you that are here right now, let me see who you are so I can call you by your name. And it shows nobody. It says friends not watching this live. You know, it's very funny how they say friends not watching this live. Okay, shows me one friend. I have 22 friends. So why doesn't it say 22 friends not watching this live? Oh, look, there's somebody here. There you go. I just said hello to you. Waved at Elamia 33, the sunshine girl. Just going to wait until somebody else joins, going to stand around. I'm going to talk over and over what I do, how I came 20 years ago, right? 20 years ago. I didn't think anything of the spirit world. I didn't think that, I couldn't figure out how in the world can we have a personal relationship with God? And other people's God seems stronger than my God. How can their God be different than my God? Where do all these interconnections come to? Well, finally, after 20 years of my own due diligence, studying the differences, the odds and the evens amongst things, the balance of all polarity, I came to the conclusion that there is a creator only because of this reality, that the precision in this, the explanation of the numbers in this, in the coordinate area, the story it tells, okay, connected to numeric values that we live with every single day. As well, the connection with our alphabet, A, B, C, D, all the way to the letter Z, whether you count it in that order or any other order, whether you're looking at numerology, gematria, or if you're looking at numerology, Chaldean, if you're looking for Hebrew numerology or one of the numerologies, right? Because there's tactics in numerology and there's basic understanding in numerology. I don't want to count everything at 6 yet. I want to understand why they're doing that. Why are we counting everything at 6? Right? Because there's a numerology. And then there's the cut one Messer's way of numerology. Hello, Zaya. And one of Messer's numerologies is who'll multiply everything times 6. Let's say it'll be D. So that'll be the 4th. So it'll be 24 plus 4. D will equal to 28. If it was K11, it'll be 6 times. I think he works with 6s. I'm not sure if he works with 3s or 6s. Okay, let me go with 3s. So if we go with the K letter, the 11th letter, so he'll go 3 times 11 equals 33, plus K is 1 and 1 is 2. He'll go 35 for K. And it's funny, 35 takes me to the heart of this. 3 and 5 equals 8. It brings me to the heart of this. And it also brings me into number 3. 11 equals 3. 1 times 1, 1 plus 1 equals 1 and 2 equals to 3. The 1 in the center never moves. The 1 in the center is the 1 in the center. I like these two colors. It's just so funny that they're both regarded as, this one is going to be regarded as the 10. This one's going to be regarded as the 9. This is the 10 and the 9 in colors. When you look into games, they have different colors in games. This one will also be related to the 12 ball and the 3 ball, the 12 ball and the 4 ball in pool. Let me see who's still here. I don't know why it always says that no one's here and it shows 2 people. So I'm just trying to see. So now, if you would like to talk about what, let me see. Okay, and let's talk about the A letter. Let's talk about the A letter. Does anybody know anything about the A letter? Anything at all other than what it might look like? Because we just have to get down a little bit like in our heads and say, I am one of the children of creation. Before I was indoctrinated to learn what they showed me over the period of my life, let me go back to understand in this new school where everything I knew doesn't fit into this category yet until we understand the alphabet in this house. Everybody that comes into this house gets the alphabet. A, B, C, all the way to Z. And if you're from somewhere else and you didn't get that alphabet, you didn't. I'm talking to those who got this alphabet. Now, you didn't learn the whole understanding from the alphabet, what these letters are actually saying. Noted that English is one of the last languages to come out. Okay, remember, if God has made his creation, do you think God created for it to be stagnant? Or was there an advance in creation that different languages came out into creation? Is this part of the script of creation, or is creation stagnant? Are we a stagnant people? Have we not been rising every single year? I learn from you, you learn from me. I learn, you teach, you're the teacher, I'm the student, I'm the teacher, you're the student, right? In this world, where the world begins, the mirror world, where time heaven creation, to where we are born into the house. We are all the students. We are all the orphan children, the students in creation. Even in games, there's a game. Now, some of the stuff is hypothetical because of its relationship to the word. And in a game called craps, they take the dice and they scream out, Yo, 11. When they're calling out Yo, 11, they spell that with Y and O. When they say 11, now to me, being French, I understand that as student, 11 is student. What they're actually saying is to throw a number 11, or I forget what the other numbers was. Yo comes 711. So it's telling me in Yo, it's telling me about the 3 times 120 or the 4 times 90. The Y is going to be Earth. It's going to be the 9 lives of the cat. It's going to be the 25th letter. Just give me a second. It's going to be the 25th letter. Five times 5 equals 25 is Earth. It's going to be the letter Y, which is the 25th letter. We're also going to note is going to be the letter B, okay? The B house, okay, is going to have 2 moons. The A house, okay, is going to have 1 moon. The B house moons are going to belong to Mars. Mars is number 51, and it's the Mars window. Call it a crossing, 2 cubed or 2 squared. Call it just 22 or 222. I'll explain that in a minute. Come in. Let's go. No barking. Let's go. We spoke about the word yo And also I want to mention, let's not forget about the monkey. I like to use, and what I do use to create and to understand the connection amongst other numbers, or right, our association of mathematical equations, words themselves. I like to use the alphabet when I understand what Y and O is. O is going to represent Mars. Mars is the letter O, and Earth is the letter Y. Mars is number 5115. The letter O is 15. Earth is 52 to the short count 25. Earth is the letter Y. That becomes 4 times 4 corners of O. The 4 times 90 equals the 360 to the 3 times 120 to equal to the 360, where it's 3 times 5 equals to 15 and the letter O, and it's 5 times 5, what is 25 to be to the letter Y. The reverse of O is L. The reverse of, we're a little backwards here, eh? Even in the other one. Hi, Maria. Hi, Susa. Hi, Maria. Are you speaking to someone? Right now, I'm just speaking to everybody that's here. There's nobody here. I'm talking to 2 machines at the same time. One is on Tiki-Talkie and the other one is on YouTube. Sorry if is everybody understanding this? Let me just see. I don't always get my what do you call it? Okay, Choopy D, hi. Sorry, I didn't see that. I wasn't keeping up with anything. What is the question? Haktua. What is the question that you are asking? Am I speaking to somebody? I'm speaking to everybody that's here, but I wasn't looking at your screen, right? So this is what's happening. I'm going to see if I can can I get this over here? Let me see if I can. Let me hold this like this. So this is what's happening, okay? When you take these dice cubes, right? When you take these dice cubes are noted to 711. That's the way they're set up. I will show you in a minute. I got a little off course by answering that question. Sorry about that. So what happens is Mars is O, Earth is Y. Now what happens, it is the star system connect. The star system connects with lightning. I don't know if I want to use lightning bolt, light, lightning. One of the reasons, this is a hypothetical understanding, that light 10, 9, 19. When you connect 19, you connect all the systems. Within 9 is 5 and 4. Within 9 is 6 and 3. Within 9 is 7 and 2. Within 9 is 8 and 1. In order to create what is 19, you have to associate A, B, C, D. You have to associate A, B, C, D equaling to 10. Or let me write this down so you can see it when I'm finished speaking to understand what's going on. I'm just trying to see what's happening to my. It's very funny because when it comes to YouTube, I was just talking on YouTube. There were 7 people, and then all of a sudden, everybody was gone. And then 2 or 3 new people came on. Hi. Everybody comes in, they leave. So I'm having trouble when I start over again, when I speak a second time, when I have to speak twice, you're not going to pick up on everything that's going on. I'm building a puzzle here, right? I can do pieces and parts, but I'm building a puzzle in this. And right now in this piece of puzzle, I'm going to show you how the E world connects and how our 5s connect. So you can see number 5 is over here, right? The the two kooky guys are running after each other. Here is the top part of your connection. Maximum you can go is 3 and then 1 connect the next line. That's your 4. This is your A, B, C. Did we get that? A, B, C, D equals 10. A, B, C equals 6. B, C, D equals 9. A, B, D equals 7. A, C, D equals 8. Here is number 5. The lower leg or the lower wing is A, B, C, D equaling to 10. When we light the lightning over here, it's your birth comes onto the wing of creation. When that birth comes onto the wing of creation, what happens? You came into the delta world and you ignite all of these to equal to 10. When you ignite them all into 10, what will be your first creation? Your creation will be like this. It'll be the 3 and 7 connect 10. The 4 and 6 connect 10. Both of them pass through the 5 area. So 5 and 10 equals to what is J. J will equal to 10. E will equal to 5. O will equal to 15. T will equal to 20. Y will equal to 25. So like I mentioned before, when we're bringing up the Yo 11 student of creation in the game of craps, when we bring the student into creation, Yo 11, they're calling for the moons to be plugged in, just like the Tzvilin is plugged in. 5 sides, 1 to the front, 4 going around, 1 plugged in for the microprocessor, right over here. Or they'll put their Tzvilin on their hand over here. Others sit around the Kaaba, not understanding that if you continue on to listen to what I have to say and corticate all these words, okay, and all the understandings through games, you're going to see that the holy temple is within yourself. You are the name. Within the name is your soul. I like to use multitudes of languages. The more I would know, the more I would listen to, the more I can direct it towards an explanation where I get this part, where the name or in the name of the game is your soul. So what that means is when you spell the word name, N-A-M-E, or game, G-A-M-E, where the G is going to hit to the moon and the N is going to go to the sun. And you're going to have what is gene synthesis. These 3 letters, okay, these 3 letters, I know I'm not getting a very good vision and it's backwards on the YouTube. I'm very sorry for that. Maybe I should turn my camera around. But I can't see myself. I'm just hoping you can see this. So this here, this combination of letters, M-A-E-M, is actually pronounced as Om. That is the way I understand it. It's a French way of saying soul. When you use the A-M only without the E, only because of the way I decorticate the word, understand it between the French and English, for when they add on the letter E at the end of a word, sometimes they say the word changes from masculine to feminine. So when I wake up in the AM, why am I not in the E world? What has not been connected to be into that E world? What is left out? AM is 1 through 13. equals to 91 spirit. 5 through 13, I am going to leave out, I will reach 81. So 5 through 13 equals 81, where 1 through 13 equals 91, and where 1 through 5 equals to 15 and 76 equals to 91, or 15 and 66 to equal to 81. Understanding that when we could, when we should, and when we shouldn't add on the 10 connect or the 9 connect or the 8 connect, the different versions of connecting our system. Our ABC system, 6 or 60 seconds on the clock, what we seem to be working with right now. To what is our birth, the BCD, not coming in with the A, but coming into the world, in the mirror world, right? Inside the D. But it doesn't mean the A is not there. The letter A is a divisional letter. The letter A is a divisional letter. When you see it, it can be split down the center, and it can be used to this side, or it can be used to this side. Understanding when you're sleeping, you're 180 degrees across, using the 18th letter, using the R to connect the two areas of the A. Noted that it is Mars and Earth. Noted that Mars is a D planet, the 4th planet. And if you look at the top of the A, which looks like a fish, the D is at the top, the C is at the bottom. DC equals to the A, and it can be divided between two sides. You can be living right here, or it gets divided over here. So what we do, can do, might do, there's a few different, there's many different designs I could make and that you can make to see how we're going to connect these worlds, right? So what I'm looking at right here is now we take AA, right? And remember, AA and blackjack are ace 11. So we split it up over here, then we split it up over here, and we live right over here. See that M letter? We live in between here. We don't live on this part here, and we don't live on that part here. We live in the valley over here, all connected by the waters. The O is a perfect circle, okay? But the letter O, okay, what the letter O does is it picks up 6. It picks up 6 of the areas, not this side. It picks up the center and this side, or the center and this side. Every side of this cube is 9, and I don't have, maybe I can show it to you here. So this 0 over here, okay, this is the reason for 0. If I wanted it to be the O, now I'm not really sure which way we're going to do it. Are we going this way for O, right, the number, and this one over here, or an occupation of an area space, or this one here where it goes around the center? Here, there's nothing to the center. I'm using up 4, 8, and 4 is 12. This is where the shoelace effect comes in, meaning both ends are the same, unlike a plug-in. See, they're not the same on each end. So this would end at 9. If they were the same at each end, I'm going to end it at 12 or 10. Right? Because you begin, I'm going to end it at 12 actually, but the basic ending star ends at 10. How can I show you? Boy, I shouldn't have said that. Not good to enter into two realms at the same time. I'm going to show you the end of the 10 star that we live in. So here's the 10 star that we live in. The 1 and 9, the 2 and 8 cycle of the moon, the 3 and 7, your creation of the 7th gate, and your Zion Israel, the operator 4, 5, and 6, representing the letter M or 1000, 28-day cycle. This one over here is going to tell you about 10 and 9. The French tell me to speak 10 and 9 when this one over here, right? Now, every time you pass through that 5 area, and you will pass through it 4 times, you will reach this one here. When we do it, the star system that we run is here. I take this star and I put it on top of here. There's only 6 outlets or 3 lines. 6 outlets, 3 lines, 6 outlets, 3 lines, 6 outlets, 3 lines. There's going to be 2 empty spaces here, 2 empty spaces here, 2 empty spaces here, 2 empty spaces here. And these are the 2 I use with 4 empty and 4 empty. When you have 2 empty spaces, every space is a value total of 10, irregardless. Each one is 5. According to the average, when you add up 1 through 9, it equals to 45. The average is 5. So every dot on this dice that you see as a value of 5, that's 30. What you don't see is 15. So what you don't see is 15. What you don't see is 40. The total value of what you don't see is 55. For not following, please hold on to it, and we'll speak about it a little bit later. I have 6 people on here on YouTube, but I'm not sure if my speaking is working. Just give me a second. Let me check, and I'm going to come back to this. Just give me 1 second. I want to see. There's something not chat filter. All messages, including spam. Show every message, including spam. Okay, that's what I want to see. Okay, so I still have 4 people here on YouTube. Okay, and 1 person. It seems people come in and out. Hard to do the work, but that's okay. We're going to get back to this. I was talking about this. Hold on a second. Let me see if I can show it here. I'm trying to get my book lined up with these 2 things. I am so out to lunch, I will tell you that. So out to lunch. Let me fix this up a little bit. Because I'm charging the machine at the same time, so it keeps squirming on me. Maybe I'm going to take out the charger. It'll be a little bit easier to set the machine down. Just give me a second to line it up. Just give me a second. I'm going to line up the phone also. Right, let me line up the phone as well. I wanted to finish with the name. This is soul. This is soul. This is the fourth. Ozzy. Come here. This is the 14th letter. This is the 7th letter. It takes 2 7s to go into 14. G, 1 times 3, 1 plus 3 will give me 3 and 4. This is the numeric value that will create the number 9. This is 7. This is 5 and 7. The letters, these letters are going to fit into what is 5G. 5G. It's going to be E and it's going to be G, or it's going to be 5 and 7. 5 and 7 connect to the moon. 7 and 5 says electric. 5775 is also a reflection of the reverse cube of what is 1-5 to what is 6-2. The Queen and Mars. The stick, the puck, and the stick. The puck. Hold on a second. Ozzy, you have to relax, man. You have to relax. Come with me. Come with me. Lie down. Hey, you can't do that. You guys can't do that. I need a dog helper. These guys, I touch one, the other one gets mad. What do? Lock myself in the room? I'm blowing up, trying to have a passageway to explain what's going on. This is soul. When I don't have the E, I take away the female from it. The beginning of the words Mars is M-A. It also is the beginning of what is the divided sun and living inside the sun. The reason comes out in this design, which is over here. You see the A letter and the A letter. It's 1, 3, 5. They say the A letter okay, is ACE. ACE is A1C3 5. The A will create itself. A and A, 1 and 1. 1 times 1, 1 plus 1 will create 1 between 2. Equals to 3. That's the base. Now that you have 3, you can separate your A in half. Your A can be separated in half and still look like an A. Now we have 2 of them. Now we have A8 or Ace 11. They use that in blackjack where everything else is a 10, right? And in numbers, A, B, C, D. 1, 2, 3, 4. Why didn't I put that, right? 1, 2, 3, 4 equals your wing of 10. We're only going to look at this wing of 10 that builds everything else into the star system. When we connect everything here, we go through E once, we go through twice, we go through it 3 times, we go through it 4 times, never 5. If we add them up, we get 35, 45, we get 50, but we never play all the 50. The most we'll ever play is 15s. We'll only go through it 3 times, 3 times, 3 times, and 3 times. Oh, 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 oh. Oh, 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 say, can you see by the dawn's early light? We can hear you. Can you hear me or you can't hear me? We can best you. What does that mean? What does that mean, we can best you? Item totem. It's pretty weird tonight that I'm getting a lot of different people. That's really honorable, right? On YouTube. We can or can't hear you. Here with a star equals to 7, right? We can't, hers, here's, anyways, okay. So let me get on with that. So since we have these stars and we pass through this, we pass through it 3 times, but we only have to use it once. In reality, we're only going to use it once. So we go 30 and 5. 30 and 5, 30 and 5, 30 and 5. So we're going through the E-world. When we go through here, 3.5 is the heart of this reality. 5 times 5, 5 plus 5 equals to 25 and 10, 35. That is the heart of this cube. The reason why is it tells me 1 and 6 is 7. Meet halfway at the fine line is 3.5. But remember, we need a rotating passing area space. And since this, okay, none of these dots go all the way through, they have to have a bend in each one of them. If it goes in here and comes out here, it has to have a bend in order to do that. Where is it bending to? And that's going to occupy an area space greater than what? I don't know. I know that the hard line to meet between here and here is 0.5. Can we work something at 0.5 or not? If we cannot work anything at 0.5, then breaking this in half means a full passage between Earth and Mars. So now we can see the crossing star system at 10. We're on one side of it, the 1-8, the 2-7, the 4-5, where the 4-5, right? You see everything passes through 5, connected through 4 on this line over here. Then the other side in the house of Beta, right? Alpha, the Earth moon, Beta, the Mars moons. The Mars moons begin and come into your 9 birth. You now entered the house of Beta. The one spirit of the heaven, now your 9 is in the house of Beta. All of your one spirit of heaven enters into the house of Beta because of 1-8 equals to 9. Because of 2-7 equals to 9, because of 4-5, and it relinquishes itself inside of 3 and 6. Your alpha beta goes inside of 3 and 6. And what takes over this position? 7 and 8 take over that position right over here. 8 and 2, 7 and 3. They take over this position. The 8 and 1 was 9. The 2 and 7 was 9. When you look at this cube, there's 8 voided areas on this cube. There's 2 voided areas. There's 8 voided areas on this cube, right? And over here, there are 7 voided areas. The 7th gate resides within. The heavens go all the way around. That's the difference between the 2 and the 1. And then it gives you your yo 6 and 5. Your 6-5 will create what is 4-3. When you get 6-5, you automatically get Earth and Mars together. The voided area of 6 and 5 is 4 and 3. When you have the 4 and 3 combination, it'll tell you about the passing moon. The multiplication of 4 times 3, 4 plus 3 will equal 12, and 7 equals to 19. 12 minus 7 equals to E5. The 19, okay, the 19 over here is the only number in the numbers that don't reduce itself in the alphabet, okay, to the number 1 on one reduction. It's a 9-9 reduction. 19, okay, 1 plus 9 is 10, 1 plus 0 is 1, so we reduce 9 and then 9. When we reduce all the other numbers above 20, it'll be 2 plus 0, 2 plus 1, 2 plus 2, 2 plus 3, all the way to 2 plus 8, 6, which is the Z letter, and the Z is the dog, and the X is the cat. Z and X. And then what you do is you put A and C together. A and C is Z and X, equaling to what is 49 or 4. They both become 4. The 24th letter. It's, whoop, there's a mistake here. Whoop, that's wrong. That's wrong. That's wrong. Let me do this again. 24 over 26 equals to 41. Okay, it's going to equal to 41 equals to 5. I'm not sure how to show this. It's going to be altered current. It's going to represent, this is going to represent the dog. This will represent the cat. This one is going to be 8. This one is going to be 6. This is going to be 8A, and this will be C6. They'll both equal to 9 in themselves. This one will equal to 4 on the low side, 5 on the high side. Entering into the sun. When the alphabet divides, it divides between the 13th letter and the 14th letter. When you look at 13, 1 and 3 equals to 4. When you look at the 14th letter, 1 and 4 equals to 5. That is where the alphabet splits. Therefore, that's where we must connect those two letters together. When you're working with 13 or odd numbers, you will divide on a single number. Let's call that single number a relative to the singular moon. If you're going to divide something that's with an even number, right, like 26, the alphabet, you're going to be splitting at 13 and 13. So you need to lock together those numbers. Do you follow what I'm saying? We need to lock together the 13th and the 14th, that where what's going to be connected to number 6, what connects to number 7, I'm going to show you this, and what connects to, what happens here is 6 connects to 7, connects to 6. And in this equation, there's going to be 13 numbers. 6 down here, 6 down here. These two sides connect to this one. But with this one over here, right, all these down here, all these 13 come up to here. All those 13 come up to here. Now we must lock these two. Here, we only lock these two, and then these two. And then these two, we can lock these up. How can I show you this? So what happens over here, it locks up at this number, at 113.5. Remember, as I said before, the sun is S-U-N. The sun is 135. S19 reduced to 10, reduced to 1. U21, 2 and 1 is 3. C. N14, 1 and 4 is 5. E. It says ace, sun. So it tells me that the ace, the sun, the A letter is a division, has a division within the sun. Also to note that the letter M shows me a V. So it shows me there's a division in the valley. So when we show this division in the valley within the sun, we end up creating what looks something like this. Here's an ace here and an ace here. If I only create one ace, I can create the division right over here. Call this H, my first part of H. Here's one H here and one H here when the A is divided. Here's one H here, here's one H here when the second A is divided. The first 13 letters of the alphabet, the second 13 letters of the alphabet. It's going to get connected right here between M and N. I should not have a point here. I should have a straight line that goes across. Here is where the Earth hookup is going to happen. The point is where Mars is. Earth is going to be what is 33 with a separation. Mars is going to be a singular area. Earth is going to be noted as 33.7. Mars, 30 in rotation of birth into life, 33. Mars is going to be 22. Let's call it the ape life. In between here, you can see the way the M, right, doesn't use up this part, and it doesn't use up this part, but it connects these two areas here. It's also going to tell us about Saturn square. The M is also the 13th letter, and when you see the V, and you see a line V equals 4. V equals 5. 6, okay, 6 equals F. It says the Fed. 4, 5, and 6, okay, can also be the 22nd letter, the 23rd letter, and the 24th letter. 4, 5, and 6. I'm just trying to see where else we were with this. I'm getting a little lost in some of my thinking. I'm closing down a little bit. Let me see. We can hear you. I shared one of your vids a while back, so that's probably why. I hope this will still connect. I'm late. Oh, it's always going to connect. I don't plan on leaving, although I'm a little bit slow right now. I'm going to go take maybe a hot cup of water, take one tiny little break, and see if I can catch up with my thinking. This afternoon, I was, I don't want to do that. I wanted to just finish. So we understand how the M, the A, the C, like when you say McD, it's not for nothing you say McD, because you're joining the two worlds together, living in the confinement under the federation of Saturn, the Saturn sun. It's a rat sun, right? We have to also, what we're going to be doing over time, if I can, I'm going to be doing this by myself to start, but if anybody does the zodiac, astrology, the constellations, understanding how your constellations fit together, how everything rotates together, right? What one of these cubes say, I don't have the answer now, but this cube tells me that we have 9 per side. This cube tells me in this form, see these dots over here? In all actuality, if we went to Rubik's Cube, we went to a major cube, okay? We're going to have 26 cubes like this in Rubik's Cube. Each one of the Rubik's Cubes like this, okay, is going to have 54 faces. Each one of these cubes that spin will have 54 spaces. There's going to be 26 of them. There's going to be one controller in the center that knows what's happening everywhere. There's one controller. The Rubik's Cube is goes around this way, goes around this way, and goes around this way. NASA goes around this way, goes around this way, and goes around this way. The same thing. It's a hexagon. We have T-minus counting. As I'm going to bring this back in, the T-minus counting is what happens, okay, is that the first crossing, the second crossing, the third crossing, the fourth crossing, 5 ET, 25, JO, 25, leading us to the earth creation. 1/3 and 2/3, the division between day and night. 4 times 4, 4 plus 4. 5 times 25, 5 times 5, 25. 5 plus 5, 10, equaling to 35. This one will equal to 23, 35 and 23 in these equations, 35 and 23. So this is your star system. So you pass through O, 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 and O. All about O. We didn't get to this one. When we have NASA counting down, they're going T-minus counting. The reverse of T is G. The reverse of E is V. It becomes 5G, TV, ET, call home. We have the 5, 10, 15. You ever see the 5, 10 store equal to 15? Well, how about Joe? The 120 degrees, the reason for the 120 degrees is right over here. The reason for, I think it's 90 degrees. Which one was the 90 degrees? 90 times 4 is 360. 90 times 4 is 360. Let me do that again. 90 times 4, okay, and then there's 120 times 3. The Mars is going to be the 4 by 90, and the Earth is going to be 3 by 120 to equal to the 360 degrees. See, in this instance, right, look what happens, because it's a little confusing, right? Where is it? Yeah, 4 by 90 to equal 360, the fourth planet and the third planet. But when it comes to the E world, right, I need 5 times 4, okay, to equal to 20. I need 3 times 5 to equal to this one. So I have to understand what's going on. I only need 3 E's to hook up with Mars, but I need 4 E's to hook up with Earth. I have to understand that equation. This one is going to be the dartboard with T. This one, would this be water and this would be earth? This one is going to be the game of pool. In the game of pool, right, we're going to set up with the 7 ball, the 7 stripes, and the 8 solids.
I'm turning off the Wi-Fi for 5 minutes.
Oh, okay. I'm going to just, can I just...
Yeah, I'm going to go to...
Yeah, I have to just change my Wi-Fi on my phone here. So just give me a minute. I'm going to be back in a minute. I have to, how do I do this? Okay, I'm taking my Wi-Fi off of this. Okay, is this still running? So just give me a minute here. Did you just fart or is that the dog? Wow, that's crazy. That's crazy. So yeah, so Wi-Fi is turning off for 5 minutes. So we're going to be taking a 5-minute break, all right? Wow. How do I connect this over here? Yeah, so you're still with me over here? Okay, everybody's still with me. It hasn't turned off yet. So we're going to continue on. That there's a multitude of connections, and we need to learn these connections, and I need to understand whether or not others can see that this is relative, that this really exists. Where are we with this? Yeah, we were also talking about Mars, Saturn. You see what it is see that 4 over here? Now, where is Saturn, right? Is there a real Saturn, or is Saturn existing only because of the 2 moons of Mars? Is that the only reason Saturn exists? Does Neptune exist? Why does Neptune exist? Is it because we're mirroring the moons, right? How are we creating everything? How is everything becoming a replica? How are we getting 6 sides to a cube and ending up with 2 cubes on a 12-inch ruler? Why are we ending up with 6 cubes? Is it happening inside of us once we come to this planet? I don't have all these answers, right? But I'm surely going to keep on to it, try to find them. Let's see where else we can go with this. Let me get a glass of water, and I'm going to be back in about 2 minutes. I never really have anything planned. So you know what? Maybe we're going to jump onto something else. No, we're going to just finish off with one thing. I want to finish off with the ABCD. I want to go to the deck of cards for 2 minutes to explain the Jack, the Queen, and the King, and how I see it, and what numbers come out of it. And also remember, I'm deck of cards for 2 minutes to explain the Jack, the Queen, and the King, and how I see it, and what numbers come out of it. And also remember, I'm okay, dogs, you're good. You're good. Okay, we're back. Whoa, it's cold outside. Wow, I love, you know how many guests I have on Tiki Talkie? They told me it's the best place. I got 1 billion guests here. It's 2. Hey, Puffy, come here. How you doing, Puffy? You doing good, Puffy? Yeah? Okay, so do we understand, have we all caught up to how it works with the letter E into the E world. That when I'm just going to go over this. I went over it 1,000 times, but I'm going to keep doing it again. Life from a single cube, from a single organism, right? OR equaling to gold. French. AU is the atomic, I think, number, right? Atomic number. There's another thing. We only use 5 sides. When you roll the dice, right, one side will be on the bottom. I like to use games and understanding relationships. When you use it in Tefillin, you put it here. So it's like the microprocessor that connects here. And yet, there's another one that fits here. Well, they take your temperature over here, and they take your blood over here. Where else does a Tefillin go? What is it used for? Does anybody know the understanding of this black box? Or would you rather just say history? What would you rather just say? History? Is history the truth? What does it mean, history? What does that word mean? Stories over time? Is that what it means? What would you say history is? We have Pokemons running through the house. Look for them, find them. They're under and over and inside the closets. They're burying themselves. They're like little rats. I never knew these Pokemons or Dragon Ball Zs can be hiding everywhere. All kinds of elements, oh my God. All kinds of organisms everywhere, even in the air. Feel the electrical air. Breathe it in if it had any value at all. Exhale it. Everybody wants that good vibration. Everybody wants to be mentally sane, feeling mentally well. Oh my God, Mr. Flight Risk or Mrs. Flight Risk, or is that a dog? I can't even see. But you're the 3rd person this week that said the same thing. History is written, right? Creation is a mystery. If I had to go back to the beginning of creation, okay, right to the beginning, I would. And I'm on my way there. But I have to start from as far back as I can go. And one of the greatest things on this planet is the deck of cards. They also call them tarot cards, right? Why do they call them tarot cards? Does anybody know why they call them tarot cards? Because I don't know myself, but what I can tell you is that it takes letters in the alphabet. I can tell you that just like in the word heart, okay, they put the T at the beginning, the H at the end, and in the word heart, they put the H at the beginning, the T at the end. In the word earth, the only difference between the word earth and tarot is the O and the E. Because the E of the O of the E worlds, of the O worlds that we liveth within. To understand, to know the difference that the word in Harut or tarot is rat. To know that in earth is rat and in Saturn is rat. Personal frustration over time between the understanding, the differences and the similarities of everything that I have seen, coming to my own conclusion and my own beliefs beyond what I can share and force upon the people, which I force nothing upon anybody at all, just sharing the personal differences of how I see what it is onto you, telling me, as I'm asking you if there is a difference, and then you see any similarities, and if you see the similarities, what similarities do you see, and what differences that you see between what I see and you see, what do you